Hello, I'm Phil Mullen, energy psychotherapist, and this little talk is about the parallel self, the blue diamond, and the emergence of time. Now, my two most recent books are Blue Diamond Healing, published in 2022, and The Physics of the Mind, published in last year, 2025. The Blue Diamond Healing book, quite esoteric, and the subtitle was Exploring Transpersonal and Transdimensional Aspects of Energy Psychotherapy. And what I've realized is that a number of the key themes of Blue Diamond Healing re-emerged in a different form in the Physics of the Mind book. The Physics of the Mind it draws much more on conventional physics. So it's been very interesting to me to see how some similar core themes have repeated from that earlier book. Okay, so in the Blue Diamond book, I explored the concept of a 12-dimensional grid that is a scale-invariant fractal, meaning a repeating pattern that repeats at every level of reality, from the very tiniest to the cosmic. That the universe is structured on these repeating fractals, and that the blue diamond is at the center of this grid. The idea is that noetic light from the unified field is pulsed in through the blue diamond and flows into all 12 dimensions. So the blue diamond is a very powerful energy center when used with discernment, integrity, and knowledge. And here's its position on the human body. It's just under the collarbones there in the center. I've been working with this blue diamond energy center for quite a number of years now, and it is remarkable, I find. As do many others who've explored it. Now I'm shifting tack a little bit to the theoretical framework of Richard Amoroso and Elizabeth Rauscher, two physicists, in their framework that they call the human anthropic multiverse, which is their idea that our matter-based realm is contained within a number of other dimensions and realms, all held within what they call the unified field, which is continually feeding information and energy, geometric information, into this realm and other realms as well. Now, within their framework, they have the concept of what they call the fundamental least unit, or cosmological least unit. And for them, this is like the tiniest functioning complex of reality. They call it an exciplex, an excited complex, a structure and function that is continually pulsing or distributing information and energy of coherence from the unified field into our physical realm, the noetic field of cosmic consciousness, so continually cycling that information between the unified field, the quantum and matter-based realms, and the noetic field of higher consciousness. And it struck me that in the Blue Diamond framework, the Blue Diamond itself, within that 12-dimensional grid, functions as that least unit, which is why it's such an important energy and information center. Now, here's where it gets very interesting in relation to the emergence of time and the emergence of our matter realm. Now, conventional physics knows that at the 0-point field level, there are continually emerging pairs of particles and antiparticles that continually annihilate each other. They emerge and annihilate, emerge and annihilate. And then the puzzle arises, how come there's a matter-based realm at all? How come this world exists? Why has it not been annihilated at birth, so to speak, by the antiparticles? And sometimes physicists theorize that, well, for some unknown random reason, more matter particles have emerged than antimatter. But within Amoroso and Rauscher's framework, what's happening is that the least unit is selecting the particles to come down the dimensions into our matter-based realm, and the antiparticles are selected to go down another realm, which is like a parallel realm. And these are kept structurally separate. So 2 realms coming from the unified field and then down these 2 realms. It's a little bit like analogous to the mechanism of a mechanical watch. There's the escapement wheel that's continually turning and oscillating, and the ratchet on it prevents it moving backwards, so it can only move forwards. And this is how time emerges in that framework. There's particles coming down into our realm, and because of the least unit, exciplex, like an escapement wheel in a mechanical watch, it's preventing them moving backwards and becoming annihilated by the antiparticles. And this is like the fundamental tick of time, because the mathematical equations would show time can move in either direction. Time could flow backwards mathematically very easily, just as easily as it can move forward. But because of the exciplex, the least unit, which I'm identifying as a function of the blue diamond, that backward movement is prevented. So you get the tick of time and the flow of entropy. The second law of thermodynamics, entropy always increases. Entropy and time are closely associated concepts. So that's how time emerges, closely associated with the way that the parallel realm emerges. It's very interesting concept to ponder deeply. In the Amoroso and Rauscher's framework, there are dimensions beyond the 0-point field that are not shown on this diagram, all fed ultimately from the unified field. So if we can, in a meditative state, make contact with our structural parallel self in the parallel realm, many people find that this can be quite a healing and uplifting process, embracing the parallel self. It somehow seems to lift us to a higher realm, closer to the unified field. Okay, well, I hope that little talk may have provoked some useful thought, ponderings, insight, just ideas to ponder. Thanks very much for listening.